Hi, Jamie here from HondaFireblade.com, and welcome to our Fireblade in Focus video. Now, this is going to be the first video in which we're going to focus in on a number of Fireblades to show you on the website. And the first one's going to be a Fireblade that belongs to my very close friend Simon. He's known on the website as Dr. Blade. And Simon's Blade is a 1998 Fireblade, in absolutely fantastic mint condition. But what I want to do before I show you Simon's Fireblades, I'm going to show you my Fireblade, because I want to draw a comparison between the two. Both our bikes are the same model, same year, same colour. The difference is my bike is ridden every single day, come snow, rain, sleet or ice, unfortunately, whilst Simon's Blade leads a life of luxury. It's in a heated garage, never goes out when it rains. I doubt it even goes out when the temperature falls below 20 degrees. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me show you around my bike first of all, pretty standard blade, and then you'll see the difference when we show you Simon's Fireblade, which is a completely different animal. So here we are, this is my Fireblade 1998 RRW. It's actually a late registered bike. It was registered in 1999, but in fact I actually originally thought it was an RRX when I first got into blades, but it is an RRW, registered in 1999, black and silver, and pretty standard really. It's got a micron end can that came with the bike. That in fact is going to get replaced in the next few weeks with a Yoshi system. Öhlins rear suspension, again that came with the bike. The only other things I think I've done to it is a Canon air filter in it, but I'm not really taking advantage of that at the minute because I haven't got the Dyno Jet kit fitted, but that will get fitted with the Yoshi racing exhaust. That's pretty much it. Apart from that, it's a standard blade. It's got a double bubble screen on the front, standard brakes, nothing more to it than that really. Just a good old blade. I think these, especially this age now, I'm recording this in 2010, you're probably only getting between 100 and 115 brake horsepower from an older blade like this. The bike I'm going to show you after this, Simon's Blade, I think it's pumping out close to 140. I think it's 138 brake with all the bits he's done to it, but we'll show you that in a minute. So that's pretty much it guys, really. This is my blade. Let's draw a comparison between this and Simon's, and I think you'll definitely agree that Simon does have one fantastic Fireblade on his hands. I will say now, before I show you the bike, that now we're out of view of his wife, that he's owned the bike since it was nearly new. He's had the bike since it was 10 months old, but he's spent close to £8,000 on this since he's had the bike. So he's an absolute Fireblade nut like myself. So there we go. Just for those that want to hear what micron end can sounds like, if you want to get one. Again, for a cheap end can, they're great. They serve me very well. But I've got a Yoshi system going on there very soon, which I'm getting for a very good price, and I couldn't really refuse. But there we go, guys. That's my Fireblade. Onwards to Simon's Blade. Right, so here we are. This is Simon's bike. Again, 1998 RRW. But in comparison to my old blade, this is a completely different animal. I'll start off by saying Simon's actually one of the very few people that's actually owned his bike nearly since it was new. He's had it since it was 10 months old, and it seems that every year he's added something else to it. And being the mechanic extraordinaire that he is, he does everything himself. So this bike really is maintained at the height of luxury. It doesn't come out when it's wet. In fact, it probably doesn't even come out when the temperature's only below 20 degrees. that's why it's in such good condition. But what I've had to do is I've actually had to write a list of some of the things he's done, which I'll try and show you. Some of the main things here. If we go down to the exhaust first of all, normally he's got a full Yoshi stainless steel racing exhaust system on it. As you can see at the minute, there's an arrow on there. That, I believe, has just been delivered today. In fact, this arrow is an original racing exhaust. Let me just try and find what I've written on my little list. It's a full race arrow titanium exhaust that has been sent over from Italy. It was actually meant for an original 1998 sports blades. It was actually being used for racing, and this is the original exhaust, would have been on that. But Simon's like a little blade magpie when it comes to collecting bits, so there we are. That's his arrow exhaust he's put on there just today to see what it's like. A bit bigger than the Yoshi, but that's the normal Yoshi can that he normally has. Again, I think he's going to take it to get dyno to see the difference, but I think at the minute, with all the bits he's done to it, Simon's blade is pumping out about 138 brake horsepower, which is fantastic for an older blade of this age. And don't forget, this is carb, this isn't fuel injected. So there's his exhaust system. Let's go to the brakes. As for brakes, Simon's saying that he's got competition Brembo Clubman brake discs. As you can see, as you hear, I'm actually reading this off the list. It's quite an amazing amount of stuff. You've got standard calipers, but Brembo pads, competition brake lines, front and rear, and Brembo rear pads and disc. So there's the Brembo Clubman brake discs, front and rear, and this is just the start of the list. So for the chain, we've got a AFAM -8 chain with a Talon hard anodised rear sprocket, so not your normal chain and sprocket kit. Right, the next thing we've got, looking at Simon's dials, he's got a set of custom white dials, I think from a company called Night Glow, and then we've got Harris polished screen brace and an Olin steering dampener. Again, the likes of which you wouldn't normally see on a blade of this age, or if you do, not this quality. As for the rear suspension, that's the next thing I want to talk about quickly, which you can't see very well. But we're looking at a Maxton Isle of Man full race setup, apparently, and that's a complete new rear shock and a front overhaul. And then next up, we've got an under tray by a company called Ren Cullis, and the hugger the same. Can't quite show you. And you'll probably see some graphics there from a company that's called Screaming Customs, and that's been painted there. In fact, the whole bike's been painted by Screaming Customs, and I've been told as well it's a colour called Black Iridium. As you'll probably notice there, my blade as a standard has a silver on the back, but that's actually got black and sort of sparkling tinge. Now Simon's also put a set of Moto crash bungs on there, which I think he fitted himself, and he's drilled into the bodywork, and that's something I haven't got on mine, but they are substantial crash bungs, as you can see. We've also got racing levers on the front, clutch and brake. Again, that's completely custom compared to my standard old levers. Now, I don't know the names of these guys, but these are apparently racing rear sets. They look very plush. Again, mine are completely standard, but you wouldn't expect them to be standard on Simon's bike. And I think for the minute that's just about it. So here we are, this is Simon's blade, 1998 RRW. Very nice.